We've been on multiple.
I
don't think Facebook Live. Well, we did. Bill Wilson did a little thing up here for us. But that wasn't Facebook Live, and then we've had.
But we are live right now, so this is your first chance doing it here. Hey, this is Gabriel Fancher, and I'm with Shane Reeves, and we're doing an interview for my Middle Ground podcast. But I wanted you guys to be able to see Shane and hear this as it takes place and things of that nature. So as you guys come in, if you'll click the like button and share it and things like that, then that'll help get it boosted up so other people will be able to see it. So anyway, let me do that myself real quick. And then we'll jump into the interview. And I know your schedule's tight, so.
It's okay. I see Joey Alvarez.
Yes, right? He's supposed to be working, isn't he?
I'm sure he's out working somewhere today.
Of course, right?
Hey,
Julia's in there. Let's see here. A-N-S, answer.
Joey's a great guy. He's been working with me for many years. He's a good family man, hard worker, most likable person you'll ever meet.
I agree.
And I would say that if you weren't on here, Joey.
Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so let's just, the questions I'm planning on asking are like questions that you probably have answered 1,000 times on every doorstep. But so like we'll just start off with why you're running for office.
Why I'm running for office. That's the big one.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm running for a few reasons. Probably the primary one is I've been around public service my entire life.
Right.
And my father was city councilman. My father was mayor, and I saw firsthand the sacrifices that come with serving the public, but also the difference you can really make in your life. So I've been exposed to it my whole entire life. But when I got out of pharmacy school in the mid-'90s, and I jumped into the pharmacy business at opened Reeves same drugstore, a lot of people who know that is. We did that 20 plus years. I had really gotten to a point that I just felt like the timing was never going to really be right for me. I had lots of opportunities early on to jump into offices on a city level, on a county level, on a federal level. I thought about state level, but the timing was never right. My dad gave me some great advice and said, son, just make your way in the private sector. Get married, have some children, open a business, pay your taxes, get involved with your church and your community. And so I did all that along the way, and I decided I really had thought any public service might be passed for me. Then I got this opportunity for Jim Tracy's seat back in October, and I went home, talked to my wife about it. We prayed about it, talked to my folks at work about it, and a lot of that made sense. So I decided to jump into this race in November. So to answer the question, I'm doing it for a lot of reasons. Number one, because I've always wanted to public serve or serve the public, and the timing is just right for me. Timing is everything in life. It's the right time for me personally, my family. It's the right time professionally in my business. And it's also, I've spent so much time in the private sector. You kind of get a sense of what you're good at, what you're not good at. I got plenty of things I'm not good at, but you get a sense of what you are good at. And I'm a good strategist. I'm a good collaborator. I'm a good big picture thinker. And some of the big issues that are going on the state level right now are right in my wheelhouse. The job creation, healthcare, legalization of marijuana, the opiates, all that's right in my wheelhouse as far as stuff I've done. So if you align my background with my capabilities, with the right time, and I said, you know what? I'd like to serve. So, and again, it's not, I don't need a job.
Right. Yeah.
I genuinely just want to give back to the people in this community. But I care a lot about it. Been good to me.
Yeah. Well, the community, I know that you're like a 7th generation Tennessean, right? But where'd you go to high school?
Went to Oakland High School, graduated as a Patriot in 1986 with great people in town like Anthony Dumont and Dee Jernigan and King Butler. I don't know if people even know King around here anymore, but 1986, Oakland and Riverdale in 1986 were like at war with each other. This all we had was Oakland and Riverdale in 1986. We didn't have Blackman and Smyrna and Siegel and all these other schools, but Oakland and Riverdale, they were arch rivals. But my mother also taught at Oakland High School.
Okay.
So that's how I ended up over there.
I see.
I went to Middle Tennessee Christian School early on when I was in elementary school, and I jumped over to Oakland in high school. So
did you play any sports?
I played tennis.
Okay. Yeah.
But I was 135 pounds.
Wow.
So I'm a lot heavier than that now, folks. but I was the same height I am right now.
Okay.
At 135 pounds, so I was a
You're
stick.
a rail.
I was a stick. But I played tennis. I wasn't big enough to play football or basketball or baseball, but I played tennis, and I love the sport. It's a little bit of a lonely sport.
Sure.
But interesting enough, my mother, something she played got me into it. And then my son, though, Will Reeves, followed in my footsteps. And so about the age of 9, he got into tennis, but he didn't have my stick body. He's an athlete, 180-something pounds, and he is really good. And he just got a college scholarship to play tennis.
Can he beat you?
Oh,
At what age could he beat you?
15.
15, okay.
It's a young man's sport, brother.
Sure,
It's
I know.
a young man's sport.
But you can play it a long time. I played tennis in high school, and you can play it a long time.
But from a singles perspective, you can play doubles. I mean, I'm not diving for anything.
Sure, yeah. We're past that, right?
I'm not diving. But it's played it. He's good, and it's been good. But Oakland was a fun part of my life. We won the state championship in football when I was there, so things haven't changed a lot even here locally. You could already kind of see the remnants of Rutherford County kind of becoming this state championship type of community.
It's a powerhouse, and we keep building more high schools, and we still win championships. It's crazy, Something in the water, right? Making these athletes.
A lot of good people.
Where was your undergrad? Where'd you go to school?
Went to MTSU undergrad.
Okay.
A lot of people don't know this about me. So when I went to MTSU to undergrad, I was working at Kroger, right down the road here in Northville. I was working at Kroger in high school, and then
so you were in a union, right? Kroger's is a union.
I don't remember. I was a young guy at the time. I was just trying to make minimum wage, big gas money. But then I went to work for Heritage Farms Dairy Plant.
Okay.
When I was 18,
Sure.
We're still here in town.
Yeah.
And I was loading milk trucks Wednesday nights, Thursday nights, Friday nights, and all day Sundays. I was making $8 an hour in 1987.
That's good money.
I was rolling into cash. So because of that, my first semester at MTSU, my grades were terrible. I didn't know what I wanted to do for school. I was very unfocused. I was interested in having a good time and making money and all the things that young 19-year-old guys do. And but went out there and got to be about 20 and woke up one morning and I was in this freezing cold cooler with a lot of good people. I'm like, what am I doing?
Sure. Right.
And kind of made a pivot in my life. And like I said, a lot of wonderful people out there, but got my act together. My family's been in pharmacy forever, so I jumped in pharmacy. I was about 20. I started saying, okay,
now it's time to start studying.
Let's work on the books. Let's work on getting organized. Let's learn some study skills. Let's decide where we want to go with our lives. And so I was about 20 when the light came on.
That's good. Better than 30, right?
But then I went to the University of Tennessee Pharmacy School.
Okay.
In 1990.
I see. All right.
So that was in Memphis and stayed there through 1994 when I graduated school. So I was about 26. That was in Memphis when I moved back to Murfreesboro.
I see. Okay. So who do you cheer for? Like, who's your favorite college sport team?
I'm always going to pull for Middle first.
Okay. All right.
But if UT's second. So if UT's playing anybody in the world out there, I'm going to support the Vols.
Okay.
But I just can't pull against the Blue Raiders. They're my back door. And
so if the Blue Raiders played UT, who would you cheer for?
In basketball?
In basketball.
I'd have to pull
because they may get it in the NCAA tournament this year. It could be exciting.
I'm going to have to pull for Kermit Davis.
All right.
Or Rick Insel. If the Blue Raiders. And it's not that I got on orange socks every day.
Yeah, right.
I'm a big orange guy. I mean, I'm a Tennessee guy, but I'd have to pull for the Raiders. It's just my back door.
That's great. I feel the same way. So of course I went to Western Kentucky for my undergrad, and which is the Blue Raiders' big rival.
Next Thursday night.
I know, right? Pack the house and.
If you don't got tickets for that one, folks, you better be 20,000 people there.
It's going to be a great atmosphere. It'll feel like what college basketball is supposed to feel like, I think. And so, because the Western, the game at Western was just like that. Diddle was packed. It was great.
Did you go to that game?
I did not, because I had another event I had to go to. But anyway, you know how we've got all these balls and things going on here. And so hard to be a good college basketball fan in Kentucky when you live in Tennessee. So.
But if you haven't gone to an MTSU basketball game, you live in Rutherford County, you're missing out on one of the jewels of our community.
It's a great event.
It's cheap, $7.
Right, exactly. Right.
Take your family, it's fun.
They have Chick-fil-A there too, so that's a plus. Let's see here. Here's a good question. Who's your favorite political leader, your favorite hero in politics?
Well, I think the first one had to be my dad.
Okay, yeah. Told you, John Hinkle.
I'd have to start with my dad.
Okay.
He did it for a lot of years. I learned a lot from him, at least on a local level. On a state level, I'm wired a lot like a Bill Frist.
Okay.
If you really want to kind of look at it, as far as just the way my head thinks, I'm a business guy. I'm a healthcare guy. I think about things a lot, but I'm kind of wired like a Bill Frist as far as not even so much politically, but just as far as the way we're both kind of built.
I see.
I like all the other traditional great men and women over the years. I mean, Ronald Reagan and Abraham Lincoln and William Wilberforce.
Wow.
You heard of William Wilberforce?
I have. He's the one that fought against slavery in England, right? Yeah.
Wilberforce was a great man, did a lot of good things. He was a statesman, and he chose one big topic, one big issue, which was slavery in England, and he really found a way to blend his value systems, his faith and family, and politics together to go after that one issue, and after about 40 years, really move the dial there. So
sure,
Wilberforce is kind of a hero of mine too.
That's awesome.
That's some thoughts.
Yeah, that's great. Let's see here. When you're elected, are there any bills or anything that's going on in Nashville right now that you're really looking forward to playing a role in? I mean, I imagine there are lots, right? But
sure. Well, for one thing, I don't know how many people know this. The election, my general race is March 13th.
Right.
Okay. If I get elected March 13th, which we're working hard, right?
Sure.
I need your help, need your votes, friends. If you haven't voted, I need you to. But if I get elected on March 13th, which is a Tuesday, I'll probably get sworn in a day or two after that. Well, they're going to be out of session by the middle of April.
Okay.
So in the big scheme of things, I probably won't even be down there a month.
I see.
And I'm going to catch it at the end of this session.
Right.
So I suspect by the time I get down there, shake a bunch of hands, get my office set up, find the bathrooms,
right,
get some understanding of the processes down there, we'll be done.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
But as far as issues that I care about, I think the opiate crisis.
Mm-hmm.
I could talk to the point that everybody would hang up.
Right.
I've got so much to say about that, and that's an area that I feel right away I can move the dial in. Even the little month that I'm going to be down there, I have a lot of thoughts on ways to get that under control. It's a real big problem. It's not a simple solution, but that's one thing specifically that I can go after March 15th.
Sure.
And can add value
to
the discussion.
Right away. Let's see here. Now this district is it's huge, right? I mean, you got Rutherford County, Bedford County, Moore, Lincoln. You got them all memorized, but how do you attack that beast?
Well, couple of things. When I said yes to doing this, you way underestimate the size of the district.
Sure.
Until you jump into it. I mean, like he said earlier, I'm a Rutherford County guy. I've been here my whole entire life. But when you add Bedford County, which is Shelbyville, you add Marshall County, which is like Lewisburg and Chapel Hill. You add Lincoln County, which is Fayetteville. Then you add Moore County, which is Lynchburg.
Mm-hmm. And
you add all that together, you've got hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of people across the way in all these counties. And it takes hard enough to just connect with people in Rutherford.
Sure, because each one of those communities have their own issues.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Right.
So and not to mention Lincoln County is an hour and a half from here.
Sure. Right.
My campaign manager, who's here in the office right now, he and I've been in Lincoln County many, many times over the last few months. And each time you get down there and spend your day there and get back, it's a big investment. But you made the comment about different issues. The things we're dealing with in Rutherford County, they are so different than what you got going on in Lincoln County.
Sure.
They're right there next to Huntsville. The people are trying to get jobs. They're opening a big Toyota plant down in Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
What they've got going on in Marshall County in regards to schools and water. I was with the guy yesterday talking about the major water issues they had in Marshall County. Moore County is all about Jack Daniels.
Sure.
Lynchburg.
Right.
That's what they've got is Jack Daniels, and they've got to keep that company strong there.
Right.
To make that work. But they've just all got, in Bedford County, is horses.
Sure. Right.
And you got to take responsibility, and if you're going to serve in this position, make sure you're being an advocate for the horsing community. So the district is big, and the issues are vastly different. So here in Rutherford County, we want to find a way to get back and forth to Nashville in less than 8 hours.
Right.
Come on, it's just crazy
to
be able to do that. So we've got to have some meaningful ways to think through that without spending everything our kids are ever going to make in taxes to get us there. So transportation is such a big deal for Rutherford. They don't care about transportation down in Marshall.
Right.
They're down in Lewisburg.
Sure.
30,000 people, and they're happy down there. They're not going to Nashville much anyway.
Right.
They go anywhere. They come to Murfreesboro.
Sure.
It's
Sure.
got such different issues.
Yeah, I agree. Well, back to Rutherford County, like, do you have a favorite restaurant? That is a question I'll put you on the spot, right?
You're getting me in a lot of trouble because I got a lot of friends in the restaurant business doing that one. Wow. We do have places that we go some. So let me answer it this way.
Okay. All right.
When my wife and I have dinner, we will go to Five Senses.
Okay. Sure. It's
a lot of folks that will sometimes go to Bonefish.
Okay.
I love Alley on Main.
Yeah.
We're going there. We're going there a good bit nowadays. And I've got to always make a shout out for my buddy Peter Demas. You do a great job, Peter. And we go there for lunch some.
I still think he has the best hamburger in town. I mean, I like a Buster Burger, but that blue cheese panko, it's good stuff, man.
That's where we go usually. If it's just my wife and I for dinner, we'll go to one of those three. It's a Bonefish, Alley on Main. But there's a lot of good places to go, a lot of new things.
And we're always getting new restaurants here and stuff, so it's just it's a tough. I knew I put you on the spot.
Well, if all my kids are with me, we probably wouldn't do that. If all my kids are with me, they like Olive Garden or Chop House or Toots.
Okay, sure.
The kids
right.
It's a different game.
Yep. I understand. Let's see. I think is there anything else you want to share with people? Let's say, how many people do we have watching right now? We're up to 11 right now. It's the replays where you get the numbers,
That's
right?
Good.
But is there anything you want to tell people? I know that the election's coming up. Election day is March 13th. Early voting is going on now through the 8th. Is there anything out that you want to share with them?
Well, number one, thank you for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome.
Appreciate you doing this. Appreciate you doing this. This is good for you. It's good for the community. It's good. This way of communicating is the way things are going. So I appreciate you doing this. Number one. Number two, I love Rutherford County. I do.
Yeah.
My roots go incredibly deep here, personally, professionally. Family's been practicing pharmacy here for 120 years.
Wow.
So I love Rutherford County, and I genuinely want to have the opportunity to serve. And I think if I don't say anything else, I need your votes.
Sure.
Early voting started yesterday.
And this will be a low voter turnout, right? So
low.
Every vote matters.
So I'll say this to anybody who's listening out there. I could easily lose this race. Okay, I could easily lose this race if we don't get a good turnout. It's a special election, and the early voting was yesterday through March 8th. The general race is on March 13th, and if we don't get a good, strong turnout, I could lose the race. And so I need your votes, need your prayers, need your advice, and I need good, strong Facebook Live viewers.
Lots of likes, lots of shares. That'd be great. Then what is so do you have Twitter? Do you use Twitter?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
You can ask me for my address.
Do you know it? Oh, don't use it that much.
I can get it for you.
No problem. We'll post it in the show notes.
I know. If you want to go, you can go on my website.
Okay.
Reeves4tn.com.
All right.
And you'll find Facebook. You will find LinkedIn. You will find Twitter, and you'll find Instagram.
Okay. All right. There's so many to keep up.
I'm not quite cool enough for the Snapchat.
Okay. Well, I don't.
I'd embarrass my kids.
Right. Let's see. And I think so we have this, like, Facebook Live now is a great way for people to get in front of their constituents. You're able to just bypass the media completely. That's what we're seeing with Trump, right? With his Twitter, he just goes right around the media. Like, what's the best way for constituents to get a hold of you? Like, either like now if they have questions, or once you get elected, what is going to be the way for them to get in touch with you?
I want them to call me on my cell phone. Call me or text me on my cell phone. I'll give you the number. 615-545-8174.
Things will blow up now, right?
Text me. That's what I'm going to do.
That's good. That's awesome.
Call me.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm going to do this, I need to be available and accessible.
I totally agree.
So
yep.
Text me or call me.
That's awesome. That's great. Well, thank you for making time for the show. I really appreciate it. Like and share this video, and make sure you guys get out and vote, and tell people who live in the district to go vote for sure.
And doesn't that bow tie look good? It's a good looking bow tie.
It's a little crooked, but that's all
right. Be blessed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
You turn this off.